What up, what up? Welcome back to Lockdown Universe, home of the bizarre, peculiar, and unheard of stories of UFO, legend, and paranormal lore. Welcome back, welcome back. Happy to be back. Hopefully you guys are doing excellent and taking care of yourselves. I'm having an excellent day. I hope you are. And hopefully that everything's going your way. Now, today we're going to talk about the military and how they are recalling retirees and veterans and trying to bring them back all the way up to age 70 and why this might be occurring and could it be related to an alien battle war that might be coming. So, but before we get there, I want to introduce you to some new merch that I have added to the lab here. Not for you to buy, just for me to show off to you. A beautifully colored Bigfoot tin plate here. Just going to open it up. Just want to show it to you guys. I know not everybody watches, but take a look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's got all this artwork within Bigfoot. And then it has this statement that says, "Into the forest I go to lose my mind and find my soul." And within the Bigfoot, there's all this beautiful artwork. And he's going to find his soul. So I'm going to put that right behind me. I like it a lot. And there goes. Right onto the wall. Maybe. There we go. Okay. So, and I did get another one too. But, here we are. Advice from Sasquatch. The Advice from Sasquatch is another tin. It's kind of cool. It's made of metal. You can hang them. So it's kind of like hanging a license plate, but cooler. It says, Advice from Sasquatch. Be yourself. Make a big impression. Like his feet, right? Embrace mystery. Spend time in the woods. I always enjoyed spending time in the woods back when I lived in a more wooded area. And then he says, it's okay to show up unexpectedly. Be gentle upon the earth. And live a legendary life. So I hope you guys are doing that as well. That'll be going back up on the wall here as well, right next to Bigfoot himself. I have a humongous Bigfoot right behind me, which I think all of you might enjoy. So, anywho, let's get down to business. Now we know that there is something going on. There's something going on in the military. There's something going on with the world. We know there's economical problems. We know that there's a continual war going on. But why, oh why, would the military want to take back retirees all the way up to age 70? I'm going to play you a video from a recruiter. He's going to tell you a little bit about it. And we're going to kind of review some evidence and see what the hell's really going on. Even looking into like the 20 and Back program. The 20 and Back program is the secret service or the secret space program where they take people, basically mind erase them and age regress them once they've served their 20 years back to their 20-year-old body so they can live a normal life. Really strange, really weird, and they don't have to pay them because they just age regressed them and took all the money back. So that's pretty wild, but we're going to get into what they're officially stating here. So in my research, I looked upon what's called the ALARACT, which is the All Army Activities documents that are posted on the Army military's website. It's really interesting because there's an Army Publishing Directorate, and it gives you information on what's going on in the military and also kind of what's upcoming. And so what's really cool is this goes back to March 20th. And so you can take a look at this as well. It's on the armypubs.army.mil /product maps /pub form /ALARACT. But it's dated. Everything's dated. Publications are dated. You can read the PDFs. So it's kind of cool. So if you look at 320, it says utilization of the Army Retiree Recall Program. All these guys on TikTok, all these guys on social media are all getting these recall notices. Some of them have been recalled, mandatory recalls. Some of them are voluntary, asking them if they will come back. These guys have been retired from the military for 13 years, 15 years, 20 years. And they're going on Facebook and social media and saying, what the hell's going on, man? I got out. And then they're going back through their paperwork, reading the fine print and seeing, oh, yeah, basically for the rest of your life, you're on call if there is a recall, quote unquote, a recall for any military members to fill any empty billets, meaning jobs, and they can't fill them. What seems to be happening is that Generation X, right, born in like 79 to, I don't know, 1990, basically the rest of them, and I'm in that group too, and basically that's 40-year-olds, right? So we didn't, we just saw through the bullshit, and we didn't, whether you wanted to join or whether you didn't join, a lot of people just didn't want to join because their sales techniques were crap. I did want to join, and I did go through testing and got offered, certain amounts of, whatever, money. And I went to my dad and I said, hey, man, I'm excited. I'm going to go do the Air Force, da-da-da-da-da. My dad did the Air Force in Vietnam. And he was like, hell no. He was like, no way in hell do I want you to do that. I had a really good relationship. Well, kind of tough, but I respected my father. And there was no way I was going to disrespect him and his service if he told me he didn't want me to do it and he wanted me to, to follow my dreams and passion. Well, kind of my dreams and passion was to do the military at that point when I was young gun, right? But he told me not to do it. He said you should go to college, you should finish that, and you should just, just stay on that path. So I did, because I respected him. I wasn't going to disrespect my father to do something, something else. But they're having a problem now with filling these billets, filling these positions, because now all these guys after Generation X, Generation Z, millennials, all that, nobody's signing up. Nobody's signing up. They can offer a ton of money and nobody's signing up. So they're doing this recall program. So I want to read to you off of TimesNowNews.com. It states the U.S. Army is looking to bring retired soldiers and veterans back. They reported the citing of a service-wide directive published this week, which is what I talked about, which is the Army is seeking to maintain a sufficient number of personnel in all authorized positions. The U.S. Army is looking to bring retired soldiers back and veterans back, and the report says that it is seeking to basically push people to come back, whether by force or by pleading. So I'm going to play a little clip from a recruiter, and let me know what you think. So here, I'll play this here. I'll make it big screen so you can see it. I'll turn up the volume so you can hear it, and let's see what he's got to say.
I did a little digging into this Army retiree. So I did a little digging into this Army retiree recalled active duty, and I'm gonna tell you, it's serious, and it can be for National Guard, Army Reserve, and active duty Army, and y'all, they ain't playing. Up to age 70 is the possibility that a soldier could potentially be called back.
70.
And to be honest, I think this is a good thing for some people because many people didn't get a chance to finish that career that they wanted. The ones that did retire, some of them wanted to get back to, maybe get to a certain rank. And you can actually volunteer, put a request in to try to go back. And so for the soldiers that feel like I have something left to accomplish or I'm not quite fulfilled out here in the civilian world, I guess you could say, this is your chance to go back and bring a new standard to some soldiers that are currently in, or it's simply your opportunity to add to those years of service and possibly make another rank. And bottom line to it is,
Okay.
there's going to be some people called back.
So see, that's the problem, is that he's saying you might be able to get a better rank. Well, according to the ALARAC document, you're not getting a better rank. They're not going to give you a better rank at all. You got about between 1 to 3 years of service with this recall, and they're not giving you a better rank. They'll give you the same rank, maybe. They're not giving you a better rank, and you have to exactly match the amount of years and skills in the open billet position to fill it. Okay, so I wanted to play you something else from another currently active military member and what he thinks about this recall. He's currently in, and this is his thoughts.
Shit, but I had to look it up myself. Bro, they're actually serious. That's crazy. No, because I just made a video about how you can get...
Hey, did you hear the Army's recalling retirees?
Why did the government ban this?
Okay, we're finishing up here. Here you go.
That's crazy. No, because I just made a video about how you can get called back within your 8-year obligation, regardless of what you got going on.
Past
you have
8 years.
8-year obligation. But now they're calling back the retirees?
Right.
Oh my God. This is worse than a recall on the weekend because someone in another battalion done fucked up. Because you really need to think about it. Why are they calling the retirees back? What is about to happen? What's going on? I don't know what we got planned, but the fact that they're calling retirees back is kind of mind-boggling. I'm thinking about all kinds of things that could happen. No, but the fact is you can retire. Like, I'm done with this. I did my time type shit. But still get called back is crazy to me.
Yep. So that's what a lot of these guys are saying. They're like, I've been out for 13 years. This next guy, I just want to show you real quick. He can't believe it either. Check this out.
Can someone explain to me how after being discharged from the Marine Corps for over 11 years, I'm sorry. Been discharged from the Marine Corps for 11 years. I just got involuntarily recalled. Can someone tell me what's going on?
Involuntarily. So that's wild. He got involuntarily recalled. This isn't just, hey guys, we're voluntarily recalling you. Hey, if you want to come back, we'd love to have you back. They know that this guy is physically fit, he's physically capable, he's able to come back, and that they're saying, hey dude, you got no choice, we're taking you back, because they can't fill the spots. Now, they don't want to take people that are out of the body fat percentage or out of shape or have, physical ailments or they're disabled. They don't want to take them. They can't take them. And there was a couple videos out there were saying, oh yeah, they're taking disabled people. No, they're not. They're only taking able-bodied people. But what happens if they run out of able-bodied people? If they go to war and they run out of able-bodied people, then they're going to start a draft. And then they're going to start drafting people. And then you're going to have a whole big problem because this generation, much like the 60s generation, they're going to be like running for the borders, man. You got a bunch of kids raised on TikTok and Facebook and tablets and shit like that. They don't have any survival skills unless they're some good old boys down south. They got nothing. They ain't going to have it. They ain't going to be able to do it. So I think it's going to be a big problem. So why do I think that this might be related to an alien war? Well, I don't know for sure, but I can say this. I can say that the military has trillions of dollars that's hidden, buried away from everybody else, and they can print their own money. Why not offer insane amounts of money to people to come on board? They could do that, no problem, but they're not doing that. They're just recalling these people that they can't take, or that aren't just automatically re-upping, right? Okay, got it. So let me ask you this: with all that extra money that they're saving, because they can just recall these guys and pay them instead of offering all these bonus incentives, all that extra money that they're saving, they can put it towards the the TR-3B, you know, the development of these secret spaceships. They can put it towards a secret space program. They can put it towards, you know, recreating these clone bodies for people to do the 20 and back programs to fight in the secret space program, which is a totally different program. So you can kind of see how it can be related, because if they don't have to pay exorbitant bonuses to bring people on, which is what they were doing back in like the 2000s when I was interested in the early 2000s. They were like, oh yeah, man, yeah. We're going to give you, if you want to be like a forward observer, which basically is like you putting your life on a line, walking out to go find some bombs, they would pay you like 40 grand right off the bat. It was like a 40 grand bonus, and then you got all these other bonuses. It was just insane and ridiculous. I was like, oh, hell yeah. I mean, you know, when you're young, you're like, oh, shit, man, that 40 grand is like $1 million, you know? So now, since they don't have to do that, now guess what? They can save that money and put it towards the secret space program, pushing that agenda, taking care of that war, while they're taking care of, apparently, what we believe they're doing this recall for is for the Russian-Ukraine war that's starting and pending, and the potential China war as well. So do you think that we are going to go into war with Russia and China? The stakes are high, and there's a lot of red ships, they call them, communist ships, Chinese and Russian ships, in some of the international waters that they're pushing the boundaries on, and they're going into like Bering Strait, they're going into some other areas that are basically fighting terms. So they know that there's ships, there's also jets that are pushing the boundaries of international airspace, and some Russian MiGs that have been testing our boundaries, as well as our capabilities of seeing them, of being aware that they're there, what our countermeasures are we scrambling, you know, fighters, and they're monitoring that with satellites, so they know our countermeasures. So they've been testing that for months, maybe even a couple years. They've also been monitoring it with satellites as well. So we know that they have their eyes on us, and we have our eyes on them, and we know where they have their movements. So if they're moving nuclear weapons into position, or even just standard munitions into position, guess what? That provides a big problem, and we know it because we can see it with our satellite. So we know something's happening, and that's why we're recalling people. We're recalling veterans. We're recalling people who are just outside or just about to retire. So yeah, involuntarily. So this is like it's basically like a military draft. If we think you're good enough, you get drafted back up, buddy. You thought you were retired? Hell no, you're coming back. I think that it's sad for a lot of people that are moved on, man. They have jobs and they have a career, and are they going to be able to get back into that after 3 years? I mean, is there going to be some sort of mandatory requirement that they have to be able to get a job? What if, and this is a really interesting theory, what if the military already is looking into the future with the chronovisor, and they can see with the Project Yellow Book that they got from the aliens that allows them to see into the future? What if they know already that AI is going to take so many jobs that there's actually going to be a war on U.S. soil, that they need soldiers to fight in and kind of wrangle people together, because they're not going to have enough money to take care of everybody, because everybody's going to be on Universal Basic Income, UBI, which is already being tested. It would be interesting to see if all these people that they're recruiting get pushed into some special military where they have to basically keep track of everybody. I mean, they're already tracking us. They're already recruiting people all the way up to 70. If you have some older people that aren't, able to, go into physical battle, well, they can monitor, they can do desk work, they can do things and keep track of, supplies and how the supplies are getting out into the communities. I think that it's going to be really fucked up, man. It's going to be really fucked up as we're moving forward in the next couple of years. I mean, that AI came out, OpenAI came out in 2022, November, and people were playing with it. And now it's so fucking good, guys. You wouldn't even believe it. I have a video that I'll try to show you. They just released it from OpenAI. Basically, it's going to eliminate so many people's jobs because it's a personal assistant that you can talk to directly that is a person visually on your phone. So it's not just like you typing in, hey, I need help with this. It's you can talk to the person on the phone, and it could be, you can make it your mother, you can make it just a girl, you can make it, a woman, you can make it a man, you can make it Brad Pitt, whatever you want, and you can say, hey, Brad Pitt, I need to take care of this tomorrow. Just remind me. And so it's going to eliminate a lot of apps. It's going to take care of a lot of secretarial jobs. It's going to take care of a lot of billing problems. It's going to take care of a lot of therapy problems. It's going to take care of a lot of people's issues that they already have, and they can just say, hey, this is what I need. I thought about this months ago. I knew they were already going to do it, and they did it that fast. That's how fast this technology is moving. So it could be that maybe some of these guys aren't going to fill positions for an alien battle, or even a Ukrainian-Russian battle, or even a Chinese battle, but a civil war right here in America. America's only 265 years old, right? I might be off by a couple numbers. But what will happen if so many people's jobs get lost that it basically turns into every man for themselves? We might not have everything down. The United States, like I said before in another podcast, is becoming a failed experiment. It might have started off with good intentions. It may have. I'm not saying it did, but it may have started off with good intentions. But I think a lot of these other countries have their shit together much more than we do. And it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. So anyway, take care of yourselves, guys. Spiritually, mentally, physically. Do whatever you got to do to take care of yourselves and your family. That's what it boils down to, is taking care of yourself. And sometimes you got to take care of your physical health by taking days off of work. Sometimes you got to take care of your physical health by taking time off work. You got to fit it in. It's tough. Sometimes we're in pain. And I just want you to be able to do whatever you can do. Not everybody can not everybody's going to war. That's for sure. I'm not at this age. But I think that it's going to be interesting to see what happens. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens. So take care of your physical health, spiritual health, emotional health. Follow through on your hobbies and your goals and your dreams. And as always, continue to question the universe around you. Until next time, guys, take care. Lockdown Universe out. Please go like, follow, share, subscribe. Peace.